African prince falls in love with a slave, the shocking twist that changed everything. In the heart of the Zulu Kingdom, during the reign of the mighty King Shaka, a young prince named Senzangakona was known for his fearlessness in battle and wisdom beyond his years. He was next in line to rule, but his destiny took an unexpected turn when he met Nalwazi, a Xhosa girl who had been captured and brought to the kingdom as a slave. Nalwazi was not an ordinary girl. Though she wore the simple, tattered clothes of a servant, her graceful posture and the fire in her eyes hinted at a noble lineage. She had once been a princess in her own land before war tore her family apart. Now, she spent her days carrying water, grinding grain, and tending to the needs of the royal household. One evening, as the sun set behind the great Baobab tree, Senzangakona found himself drawn to the quiet girl by the river. Unlike the others who avoided the prince out of fear, Nalwazi met his gaze with quiet defiance. Intrigued, he began to seek her out, watching her resilience and intelligence in secret. Days turned into weeks, and the bond between them deepened. They spoke in hushed tones by moonlight, sharing stories of their people, their dreams, and their fears. Senzangakona was captivated by Nalwazi's strength, and for the first time in his life, he questioned the traditions that bound them. But love between a prince and a slave was forbidden. The king's advisors noticed Senzangakona's growing affection for the girl and warned him of the consequences. One fateful night, as the prince and Nalwazi stood beneath the Baobab tree, hands almost touching, they were discovered. The chief advisor, a stern old man loyal to the king, stepped forward from the shadows, flanked by warriors armed with spears. The next morning, the royal court was filled with tension. King Shaka sat on his carved wooden throne, his expression unreadable as he looked at his kneeling son. Beside Senzangakona, Nalwazi stood, her hands bound, but her head held high. The court was divided. Some saw the prince's actions as a betrayal of their traditions, while others whispered about the courage it took to defy the rules of power. King Shaka, known for his ruthlessness, did not speak immediately. Instead, he studied his son. Finally, he pronounced his judgment. Senzangakona must prove his loyalty to the Zulu Kingdom. He was given a choice: abandon Nalwazi and reclaim his place as heir, or be stripped of his title and face exile. The prince did not hesitate. He chose love over power. Enraged, the king ordered his warriors to imprison Senzangakona while Nalwazi was prepared to be sold to a foreign land. In the dimly lit prison, Senzangakona knelt before Nalwazi, clutching a small beaded bracelet she had made for him. He vowed to protect her, no matter the cost. Just as Nalwazi was being led away, a sudden commotion erupted outside. A group of Xhosa warriors, led by Nalwazi's long-lost brother, had come to rescue her. With swift precision, they overpowered the guards. In the chaos, Senzangakona and Nalwazi escaped into the night, leaving the kingdom behind. 4 months, they wandered through the wilderness, facing hunger, wild beasts, and the ever-present danger of being captured. But their love gave them strength. In time, they reached the Xhosa lands, where Nalwazi was welcomed back as a lost princess. Though Senzangakona had given up his title, he was honored as a warrior and a man of integrity. Years later, word spread across the land that King Shaka had fallen in battle. The Zulu Kingdom, now in turmoil, sought a strong leader. The people remembered Senzangakona, the prince who had chosen love over power, and they called him back to rule. With Nalwazi by his side, he returned, not as a reckless young prince, but as a man who had walked through fire and survived. Together, they united the Zulu and Xhosa people, proving that love was not a weakness but the greatest strength of all.